Hi everybody, just sitting here in my room, and I know I haven't posted anything for a couple of days, and just doing some reflecting. I've had a couple of bad days, past couple of days, and what I mean by bad is having reactions to things. So I've had some reactions the past couple of days, and it's not something that you just get on and you deal with it, and you can't necessarily just call somebody and say, hey, this is what's going on, help me with it, because you haven't processed it yet. You're still in the process, and unless you have somebody that understands what's going on with the processing and how to process with you, you're kind of asking for more problems than what you already have on your hands. So I've been fortunate that with what I've gone through with the Emory Hospital, that I've been able to break some, like I've referenced before, I've been able to cut some strings so that I don't feel so I don't know what's happening with me. I have a better understanding of what's happening with me. I've cut some associations that were misappropriated to some events in my life, and I'm able to look at those things that are current in my life in a different light now and appreciation. So with that, I'm able to better deal with the current situations, and the way that things react within me now are not as powerful in the sense of feeling detrimental as they have in the past. So even though I've had points the past 2 to 3 days where I've had breaking points, I don't feel like I'm at the bottom of the barrel like I have in the past with having those breaking points. And I think a lot of that has to do with how things were questioned or presented when I was going through treatment. We had to do surveys about twice a day or every other day, and the surveys were the same questions over and over and over again. And usually, like when you get surveys, they're asking, do you experience this? Do you experience this? Do you experience this? And well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Those are kind of factual questions. Well, with this survey, it was asking, does it bother you if you experience this? Does it bother you if you experience this? So it was just a different way of asking a question for the same information, but the answer wasn't the same. Because just say, for example, it would say, do you experience nightmares? So if you normally would say, yes, I experience nightmares, doesn't necessarily mean that that's, how do I say it? That's necessarily a conflict with what you're really dealing with. Now, if you ask the question, does it bother you that you're having nightmares, and you answer yes, then you know where you need to start applying your focus. So I'm sharing this with you because in the past couple of days when I've had these points where I've broken down and I've asked myself, am I here? I think I'm here. Is anybody watching? Am I on? I don't know. It disconnected. I think I'm recording. Okay. I guess I'll find out soon. Okay, so somebody's watching, so I'm still recording. Okay. So, when I started asking myself, should it be bothering me? Then I was able to deal with it in a different respect, because then I was able to say, no, this really shouldn't be bothering me this much. And then I was able to, because I've made some of my disconnections, inappropriate disconnections that I've had before with the problem, I was able to handle the situation with more confidence, self-confidence, self-analysis, self-evaluation, self-drive, self-willpower, instead of having to rely on somebody else. Last night I did have a bad one, and Billy did have to kind of walk me through that one, but it was easier for me to explain to him what I needed from him, because I understood a little bit more with what was going on with me. But I just wanted to share that is, does it bother you? Should be more of a question, vice, is this happening? So if you have things going on and you're not understanding what's going on, sometimes just changing how you ask the question of your self-analysis can help out. So I just wanted to share that with y'all and let you know why I hadn't been on for a couple of days, is I did have a couple of bad moments for this past couple of days. But the good news is I've been able to handle them better than I have in the past, and I haven't felt like, somebody warns me, don't get into that false impression that everything's going to be better now. You're on this high, that you're back from this treatment and you're seeing progress. And that was another thought that was kind of coming through my head, is I've had that feeling before, like you haven't been to church for a while, and then you go to church and you get the Holy Spirit, and you're just like, and you're on this like natural high, and everything's great again. And then, a couple of weeks down the road, you're like, whoa, what happened? Let me go back to church. And you just don't quite get that same exhilaration again. But I haven't had an exhilaration of a natural high. I've had an exhilaration of, oh, okay, I've got it. I understand what's happening. I can process this in a different way. I have more self-confidence and ability to handle things, break things down a little bit, smaller bites, so that they're not feeling like they're so overwhelming. So that's why I titled this, But Does It Bother You? Because that's the things that's kind of been helping me for the past couple of days is, does this bother you? Instead of just asking, is this happening? And then after asking myself, does this bother you? If the answer is yes, then addressing, but should it be bothering me? And if it shouldn't be bothering me, then how and what can I do to adjust what I need to? That helps me find the root of the problem, instead of just saying, well, there's this surface stuff going on, let's fix this surface stuff, but all that ends up doing is just being band-aids, because you really need to figure out what is a little bit deeper. So maybe that might help you all with trying to figure out, finding the root of problems is asking those questions in a different manner. Does it bother you? If it does bother you, should it be bothering you? And if it shouldn't be bothering you, what can we do to fix it? I won't even say fix it. What can we do to manage it? I think that's probably a better way to put it. So, anyways, I love you all, and thank you all for caring for me, because I didn't want y'all to start worrying, and then I start getting all these, what's happening? Where are you at? Why haven't you done this? So, I'm doing good. I'm staying strong, and I appreciate it all. And I don't feel like I'm going to fall off a natural high, because I don't feel like I'm on a natural high. I feel like I've got that confidence back that I need, and it's continuing to grow as I'm able to apply the things that I've been practicing. So, and yes, I've been doing my homework, and I've been challenging myself, and those challenges are fun sometimes because you make strides, and then those challenges are not so fun sometimes because you still have to feel pain. And with that, I've been able to identify there's different types of pain. In the past, when I felt pain, it just always took me back to that worst feeling of pain that I had not processed properly. And now I'm able to feel pain at different, I wouldn't even say levels, but just different sensations of pain. And it's important to allow those feelings, because when you don't allow those feelings, that's when you start going down the rabbit hole of avoidance. Trust me, I know. So I love you all, and take care. Bye.